If you're new to print on demand, or if you're looking to grow your print on demand business in 2026 and beyond, Etsy can be a great option. Etsy gets around 400 million visits a month, which is a tremendous amount, and many customers buy merchandise that's printed and shipped through print on demand, which is the idea that you're buying something and then getting it printed as you need it. So in this video, I'm going to break down what 2026 looks like in the print on demand space. Is there room to grow your business? Are all the markets saturated? How do I get started? What are the keys to success? I'm going to answer this and more. Let's jump in and make 2026 a great year for print on demand. So it can be intimidating for beginners. You go onto Etsy, you type in t-shirt, for example, and you wind up with thousands and thousands of items. And you may be wondering, what can I sell? How do I come up with new stuff to sell? Is anybody making any sales? And it can just be really, really overwhelming. The first thing that I want to point out is that if you're selling on Etsy, you probably want to decide the product independent of the design. So here, for example, is a t-shirt, and this is in 20 plus baskets. This is sold by Colorful Comfort Tees. Now note the name of the store, and I just picked this at random. I'm going to click on their store, and we can see here in 2.5 years on Etsy, they've sold over 80,000 items. And we can see as we scroll through, they're almost all t-shirts. So the first thing I would recommend is decide what type of product you'd like to sell. Are you going to sell t-shirts? Are you going to sell fine art prints? Maybe there's other merchandise that you'd like to sell on Etsy. But you want to decide this, because if you have a store that sells a little bit of everything, handmade goods, digital designs, t-shirts, fine art prints, you may confuse the customer and they may say, I don't really know what this store is. Now there's some key things here on Etsy. Whatever you're going to list, you want to make sure that you've got your listing title here at the top. So I've just called up this listing at random. This has keywords in it. As I scroll down, you're going to see item details. This has keywords in it. There are also tags way down at the bottom of the listing as well. And you can see here there's chic Christmas shirts and so on. These are tags that often the store owner will put in or Etsy will add in as well when you're doing a listing on Etsy. In the print on demand world, there are 3 factors for success. The first factor is you want to have high quality designs. Here's a great example. What I mean by a high quality design is it's easy to understand and it's beautiful to look at. Here we've got 5 different types of trees, the words Merry Christmas in beautiful font that's easy to recognize from far away, and it's a transparent background, meaning that you could have a different colored shirt and the design will still look really nice. The second factor for success is a quantity metric. So here you can see, for example, Colorful Comfort Tees has over 2,500 listings. Now, I'm not saying that to intimidate you, but if you're ever looking at really high-end stores that are making lots of sales, they do typically have quite a few different sections. They don't just have 10 items up for sale and they think they're going to make a ton of sales. Here's another example. This is Art Gift Stop, and they've made over 6,000 sales in 1 year on Etsy. They have about 1,500 listings, and they have them all listed here by section. A lot of them are funny, irreverent, rude. That's a really big deal on Etsy. You want to sell things that you wouldn't necessarily find in the Walmart or the Target, for example. The third metric for success is niche research, and I'm going to be talking about that in this video a bit more. Here we can see I've typed into Etsy funny cat shirt, and it says over here on the right 1,000 items with ads, but really it's more like a couple million items. And of course, the results I see are tailored to my username and my login, so you might be getting slightly different results. But if you don't understand how niche research works, you can spend hours, days, even years making a lot of different designs that are high quality, but they don't necessarily result in sales because nobody can find them. Here, for example, we can see un, deux, trois, cat, and it's a funny cat design, monthly sales 14, listing age about 54 months, total sales over 1,600. Now, how do I know this information? This is not readily available on Etsy. Well, I'm using an app called EverBee, and this is what one of the pages inside of EverBee looks like. There's a keyword research tool, and when I type in funny cat, for example, we'll see the monthly search volume, the competition, and then it gives me an appropriate keyword score. Now I can also scroll down and I can see related keyword scores that I may not have thought of. So this can be a great way to brainstorm. You can also cross niche as well. So here I've typed in funny cat coffee, search volume, competition. That gets me a slightly higher keyword score. Going back to our beautiful French cat t-shirt, I can actually analyze this listing. I can click this analyze listing button right here, which is part of the EverBee app, and I can see a bunch of listing information. I can see the listing details, or I can see the shop details, and I can see under listing details, when I scroll down, I can actually see the different keyword tags. So I'm going to expand this out. We can take a look at the different keyword scores. Notice a lot of them are higher than 0, and that's a big deal because you can put these tags in and it can help you show up in search. EverBee is a really cool tool. There's a bunch of different things you can do here on the left-hand side. You can look at product analytics, for example. You can look at individual shops. You can also look at different keywords. It's a great tool. I'll put a link to EverBee in the video description below. Just a heads up, it is an affiliate link. That just means if you click on the link and you purchase the EverBee subscription, I would receive a small commission. So big picture, I'm going to talk about 2 different methods that you can use when selling print on demand on Etsy. There's a push method and there's a pull method. Now the push method means that you go onto Etsy and you scroll through and you find something that you're willing or able to make. So for example, here is a cool DJ cat. So if, for example, I thought that I could make this design, maybe I'm good with Photoshop or I have some AI tools, some graphics design skills, whatever it may be, I could compete with this listing. Now, thanks to EverBee, I can see that the monthly sales on this are 46. The total sales are 165. This is only a 6-month-old listing, which is pretty nice. So the push method means that I find something that I would like to make, and I don't really spend a lot of time looking for keywords or niches. So you're starting in and you're pushing out. You're asking yourself, what can I make? And I'll push it out to the world. I don't really recommend this because it can result in you making items that you're very good at making, but that nobody really wants to buy. What I prefer is the pull method. The pull method means that before I start making anything, I do my keyword research and I make sure I find a niche that has high keyword scores. So using the pull method, I've gone through and found a keyword that scores pretty high. The keyword is cyber sigillism shirt. Now you may never have heard of this before, but cyber sigillism is a type of tattoo that's like tribal artwork. And here we can see the search volume is low. It's 21, but the competition's extremely low. It's almost non-existent. That gets us a pretty good keyword score. So this is just one idea of a low search volume niche, but over time, remember this is 21 searches per month and the competition's extremely low. I've made lots of sales in these low-end niches like this because you're going after a really niche market. Here's another example. This is funny human resources shirt. We can see the search volume's only 31, which is not a lot, but the competition is also very low. That gets us a very high keyword score of 50. And as I scroll down below, I can see there's related keyword scores as well, which will help me with my tagging. So from there, I'm going to type in funny human resources shirt on Etsy, and I'm going to scroll on down, and I can see, is there something here that I could make myself? So here's a great example. There's a little raccoon drinking a beverage. It depends. HR, total sales 3. This is a new listing 4 months old, and we can see all the different keywords that this listing has. In fact, I'm going to click on Analyze Listing. This shop, for example, is only 11 months old, and they've already made 1,200 sales. I can click on the Analyze Shop button now, and I can actually see a bunch of different items that they have for sale here. Total revenue is almost $30,000. I can click on listings, and I can see all the different shirts that they've sold, their revenue, their growth rate. I get a ton of different useful tidbits of information that I can use to look at different stores and see how I myself can compete in those niches. There's also a tag analytics tab here, and when I click on that, I can see keyword scores. Some of them are insanely high, and that really gives me an idea now of different niches that I can take a look at. So there's really 3 ways that you can look for information on Etsy to your advantage. The first one is to type in search terms and then see what the corresponding keyword scores are. The second way is to look at individual products that come up and again, look at the related keyword scores. A third one is to find successful shops, and then using the analytics tools, you can simply see what their best-selling results are and those corresponding keywords. While it's true that big stores make lots of sales, it's also true that new listings, like this one here that's only 3 months old, or small stores, like this one here, they've only been on Etsy for 1.5 years, they can make sales too. You can make sales, even if you're a new store, even if you're a beginner. If you have great looking products in niches that people actually are searching for, you can make sales. Check out EverBee. Link is in the video description below. I hope you found this helpful. Here's another video where you can have some fun in the world of print on demand.